On Sunday, 16th January 1966, the military staged a coup in Nigeria. Our father, Lieutenant Colonel Victor Adebukonla Banjo, went to work on Monday, 17th January 1966 and never returned home. Lieutenant Colonel George Kurubu and Major P.A. Amuna arrested him. We have read from various books that he was killed sometime in the second half of September 1967 on the order of his friend and colleague, Lieutenant Colonel Emeka Ojukwu. We do not have any official communication about him up until now. Our father wrote to our mother from his prison cell in Ikotikpene and Enugu in the southeastern part of Nigeria between January 1966 and July 1967. We honor our father's memory by reading some of the letters he wrote to his wife and to others during the period of his incarceration, published in a book titled A Gift of Sequins, Letters to My Wife.
14th November 1966. My darling Tai, thanks very much, my dear, for your letter of the 6th November, which only came in on Saturday. It has taken longer than usual. I suppose what is left of the army has taken to censoring my letters again, with a view to finding out my views and feelings. Well, they do not have to go to all that trouble. Those of them who have a good memory should just use it. I haven't changed at all, and there is very little likelihood of my changing the principles I have lived by for years. I stand by unadulterated justice to all, even to my enemies, at least those who prefer to be my enemies, since I never go out of my way to make any. I still stand by truth, honor, loyalty, integrity, rulership by law and by consent. Nothing that has happened or ever will happen will ever make me condone or fail to condemn unequivocally the exercise of arbitrary vengeance. Vengeance belongs to God alone. Brutal murders, massacres of innocent or even guilty citizens, anarchy and unbridled lust for power. Nothing that is happening now surprises me. Those who know will tell you that I predicted them quite accurately. Someday I will show you how. It will never be possible for anyone or any group of persons who are not sincerely interested in Nigeria as a whole, and whose actions are not conditioned by an acute sense of justice and moral responsibility to organize peace in Nigeria. All these empty platitudes and recriminations will go on for a time until the forces of sanity intervene to influence the minds of all. In the meantime, I very much doubt that there won't be further bloodshed, and when it comes, it would take place amongst those complacent, self-satisfied, blind, idiotic Western Nigerians who think that a brutal, anarchical holocaust on some peoples of Nigeria is no affair of Western Nigerians, just because they are temporarily safe. You are quite right, my love. The first prerequisite towards an organized peace is to neutralize the disgraceful remnants of a once proud army. The army has been used on a tribal basis as the spearhead of organized anarchy. This has finally and utterly destroyed its stability and social relationship toward the nation, so that from being a defender of national integrity, it has now become a threatening monster of public safety. The first step towards its neutralization is to redistribute the soldiers on a strict tribal basis, which would, for a start, remove the factor of tribal antagonism which has been exploited for political effect. The next step is to disarm them completely, for in time, the anarchical tendency which has been generated will grow from strength to strength as the soldiers feel more and more invincible with their guns, so that sooner or later they will come to threaten civilian order even in their ethnic areas. Pity, these my colleagues do not seem to understand. They are more concerned with the paltry issues of the moment and cannot seem to see beyond their noses. Terrible, isn't it? Darling, I'm going to bath now. I'll continue this letter after my breakfast.